was first introduced to ADOS, it did feel very divisive. You know, as someone who would be qualified as ADOS, who also grew up in New York City, one of the most diverse cities in the world, you know, a melting pot. You know, I've marched and I've aligned myself with a number of people, a number of my friends even are, you know, their parents were immigrants, so they're immigrant born, right? They're either Caribbean American or they were, you know, their parents were from one of the countries in Africa, etc. And I kind of felt like, why is this movement, you know, so centered on the African American experience, and why is it almost dismissive of the experiences of Caribbean Americans and other Black Americans who are seen and treated and affected by white supremacy in the same exact way? What do you say to that?
I would say that why are certain immigrants dismissive of the slavery that occurred in this country, the chattel slavery that occurred in this country, and the institutionalized Jim Crow? What we see from immigration patterns is prior to 1965, the amount of Black immigrants in this country was to the right of the decimal point on a percentage basis. So you have a group of people who have been here from the onset before there was a country. We contributed into building this country, and we have consistently been marginalized and locked out of full participation and access in this country. And so the fact that you are able to immigrate to this country is largely based upon the contributions of ADOS. So I would say to that person, you're here because of what ADOS has sacrificed and put into America that created the opportunities that attracted you here. And so knowing that, you should move in that space and understand that now the people who built the country are saying we are dying, and we need transformative public policy, a radical redistribution of wealth to save our community so that we can continue in the country that we built, in our home country that we built. So while we have always been welcoming of Black immigrants, what we're seeing is that there is a certain anti-Black sentiment that's running through a lot of the immigrant community that I feel, and lots of ADOS feel, that you need to have a housekeeping session of your own to address that and figure out why that sentiment exists in your community.